Now you see them, and now you don't.
Rewind.
I'm such a killjoy. Oh, I'm terrible, aren't I? But you know what is absolutely terrible? Just going to the Variety website, and this headline caught my eye for all the wrong. Yeah, this is such a cringy news story. Of course, Variety, in their infinite wisdom, have to cover this. And I was a bit surprised to find out more about this particular actor. Now, for my own reasons, I have to censor a lot of what I'm about to read. So I'll obscure some of the more, how shall we say, gratuitous elements of this article to spare your blushes. But oh my God, I've got to take another woke SJW bullet for you, because this is the state of Hollywood, folks. This is why Western media is absolute dog doo-doo. It is cannon fodder. It is just being flushed down the toilet. And again, turn your eyes to Korea, or South Korea, I should say. Turn your eyes to Japan, to any Far East Asian country that makes better film and TV content for you to binge watch the hell to. So this guy, I never knew who he was until I did a bit of digging around. He's a social media star. He's Jordan Firstman. If you remove the R, that would become a bit more appropriate for the article that I'm about to bring forth to you. He's got a new film at Sundance, and he's bringing real, how shall we say, oral skills to the table, because apparently that's something that we've all been craving for. Now, I do believe Caligula, which is a film made in the mid-80s, and Bob Guccione from Penthouse magazine was involved with that. It's a fascinating and very funny read, actually. Caligula is the movie I'm thinking of, that boasted, or it's a fact that it had a real naughty goings on in the actual content you were watching. So the most bonkers movie at Sundance might be Sebastian Silva's Rotting in the Sun, starring the popular social media personality Jordan Firstman. The meta-queer comedy stars Silva and Firstman as fictionalized versions of themselves, because if you're going to do self-insert, folks, you might as well fictionalize the whole thing to cover up your misdemeanors or your imperfections. The film includes many scenes of a graphic nature and full frontal, how shall we phrase this? A meat and two veg?
Excuse me?
My wedding tackle.
I'm sorry.
My meat and two veg, my twig and berries. Hello, lad.
Oh,
You
no,
still
Mr.
awake?
Powers,
Hello.
Mr. Powers, please.
A lot of the naughty goings on is real, and it's not pretend, shall we say. I don't know how they prepare you for naughty things in drama school. Back in my day, it was if you had two actors in bed together, if you had an actor and an actress in bed together, there would be a pillow between you, or you'd sellotape your private parts so you don't get excited. This is something I've heard. Have I tried it myself? I wouldn't like to, because I guess the gaffer tape will take more than just my dignity away, if you get my drift. Jordan, it's fine that you're gay, dude. Glad you're celebrating that. Hooray for you. More power to you, mate. But when you talk about the size of a bratwurst and what you intend to do with it, nobody really cares. And I've seen this thing in Hollywood, this weird thing going in Hollywood right now, where they want to change the sexuality of these superheroes in the comic book form to make them super queer, because that's what we got to do. Miles Morales, even though he's not Spider-Man, we're going to make him super queer, uber duper queer. And it's just so effing cringe. Now, he does say in the article here that, there is porn online. You can watch it there for free. Well, of course you can. At least 95% of PH stuff is all free online. Of course you can watch it. You don't have to log in. You can just, just a couple of clicks away and you're there. And then you can watch whatever category you want to. And Ugh. But the most interesting thing about this guy, they said he's a social media star. I decided to visit his IMDb page. So you've got the old... Of course, you've got the Brokeback Mountain pose right there. Why wouldn't you? And I'm going to get to the most damning thing in a second. But yeah, it's not the Game of Thrones. It's the Gay of Thrones. Because yeah, that show... And you know, the Game of Thrones TV series, it certainly did touch on the themes of gay characters too. I didn't mind that too much. Didn't ask for it, but it was there. It's part of George R.R. Martin's universe. Things I've never heard of. And then we get to Ms. Marvel. He was in Kamala Khan's Ms. Marvel as Mr. Wilson. I think Mr. Wilson was that gay trans teacher that kept interrupting Kamala Khan's detention or being told what she has to do in that moment in the first episode. So Kevin Feige, happy to cast actors like him in, you know, family-friendly TV shows on Disney. But this is the guy who is proud to stand there or sit down in front of Variety magazine and say, hey, you know what? I'm breaking boundaries now. I'm having some real naughty shenanigans going on in my film. So if you don't want to watch porn, just come and watch my film, which is basically the same thing, even worse. I'm pretty sure this is not a money-making movie. It's going to get an NC-17 rating. Why Hollywood likes to think this is a great idea, or the people that greenlit this film thought it was a great idea in the first place, well, sadly, no one's going to go and watch your film. I think the only talk that is being uttered at the moment is pure and utter outrage. And of course, this film deserves to be a complete flop, a complete failure, which I'm pretty sure it's going to be. Now, on that one, folks, I just want to say that I received a notification today, some positive news for a change, that my channel so far has gotten over 300,000 views. Now, considering I am small fry on this platform, I do love YouTube, even though I think YouTube has some very insidious things about it. But you know what? I'm still here. I'm not on Rumble. I'm not on any other alternative, because for me, YouTube is still the best way to get yourself out there. And I like that. It's good. Let's keep the views running, folks. That's all I got to say. So if I were you, and if you were me, just make sure the only bratwurst that matters to you is the one that you get from Asda or from your other local supermarket like Lidl's, that comes in a pickle jar. You open it, you boil it in water for a few moments, then you get a nice long roll, shove that bratwurst in, sprinkle some onions and some custard and some ketchup. And custard? I meant mustard. Mustard and ketchup. Although custard and ketchup in a hot dog might actually not be a bad combination. And if I were you, and if you were me, I would come back for the next video.
Well, I went to Oxford, where I excelled in several subjects, but I ended up specialising in foreign languages. You know, I really wanted to travel. You know, sort of see the world.
That's fascinating, Vanessa. Listen, why don't we go in the back and shag?